Hello and welcome to Pizza, Pizzaz, and Propaganda. This is your host, Vicky Clafter. Join me as we dive into the search for the perfect pizza place for a hipster appreciative student with an equally hipster budget, aka $1. First off, the apps. I use Yelp, Foursquare, Urban Spoon, Food Spotting, Around Me, and Facebook in this quest. And the pizza, Yaya's Pizza and Beer, Mellow Mushroom, and the lesser-known Pies and Pints. In case you have no idea where these establishments are, Mellow Mushroom on the left, located on R Street in the Haymarket, and on the far right there's Pies and Pints, which is also in the Haymarket on 8th Street, and in the middle, Yaya's Pizza and Beer, which is on O Street in the middle of downtown Lincoln. The Pizzaz. Well, according to Facebook, Yaya's has periodic musical performances of local bands. And for Pies and Pints, they have karaoke on Thursday nights. According to Food Spotting, Yaya's has a huge variety of pizza, although mostly thin crust. And Mellow Mushroom has many other dishes than pizza, including potato pies and pretzels, which you can see on the far right, which look magnificent. Also, Urban Spoon mentioned that Mellow Mushroom is pretty expensive, but validates that expense with their special ingredients. And Pies and Pints supposedly has a lot of fun and playful choices of pizza. How fun and playful. Also, Foursquare mentioned that at Pies and Pints it's a good place to watch Husker games because of their many TVs and open setup. Now for the propaganda. Well, Yaya's supposedly has extremely slow service in which you have to stand in a line. How inconvenient. The music is very loud, so it's hard to have a conversation. And according to Foursquare, there are no TVs, so you can't watch Husker games. But it's better for conversation. So, contradicting, to say the least, reviews. Mellow Mushroom. Yelp says that it has a very cool interior made to resemble underside of a mushroom and has lots of, quote, funky murals. Foursquare says that it has a very long wait, and Facebook mentioned that attire is casual, so I guess the hipsters' paisley ties must stay at home. Pies and Pints. Yelp says the quality of the pizza has deteriorated since opening. Well, that's quite subjective, but helpful. And Around Me showed that it has pretty sparse decorations, and also not much seating. That was made available by a picture posted on Around Me, and there were many others, but I screenshotted just this one to show. So, to evaluate which app was the best, Yelp gave a lot of detail about what people think and the specifics of the establishment. Urban Spoon gives the percentage of people who like it, and less specifics than Yelp. Food Spotting was good if you're looking for a specific dish or type of restaurant, but overall gives very little information. Facebook was good for events that the restaurant posts, but not as good for reviews. Around Me works for locating restaurants and getting a feel for them, but doesn't give as much information. And Foursquare gives specific distance to the restaurant, in addition to many detailed amenities that the establishment has or not. So, the best app for a hipster appreciative student on an equally hipster budget, aka $1? Foursquare. It shows the important aspects like no TVs but good music, and that you'll want someone to pay for you at Mellow Mushroom. Always helpful to have those heads up. And the best restaurant for the hipster about whom you're tired of hearing. Mellow Mushroom. Although it is the most expensive, something most apps mentioned, it is a great place to go on a date because of its intriguing and fun interior. So the hipster must simply attract another hipster whose budget is a little more liberal, aka not $1, and have he or she buy. Both hipsters would enjoy the experience because they'd spend the whole time mocking the other patrons who are unironically appreciating the psychedelic art. Sounds like a grand old time. This has been Pizza, pizzazz, and propaganda. The search for the perfect pizza place for a hipster-appreciative student with an equally hipster budget, aka $1. I'm your host, Vicky Clafter, and have a great afternoon.